What is good, all you Dolphins fans out there? So today, Ryan Fitzpatrick appeared on ex-Buffalo Bills teammate Eric Wood's podcast and commented on the Miami Dolphins starting quarterback situation moving forward. He also spoke on the drafting of Tua Tagovailoa and how that dynamic in the quarterback room may play out this coming season and beyond. So, Miami Dolphins quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick currently is participating in the team's off-season programs, virtual meetings, and their off-season conditioning program from his home in Arizona at the moment, like I'm sure most of the team is doing at this current time, and I'm sure he's very much aware what the situation is in the Dolphins quarterback room. Talking with former Buffalo Bills teammate Eric Wood on the What's Next podcast, Fitzpatrick, at the ripe old age of 37, is aware that he's the only player on the current Miami Dolphins roster that's over the age of 30. But as we've seen in his time with the Dolphins, he's a fun-loving guy, so he's going to have no problem at all leading this team and fitting in the locker room like he did in 2019. He's a tremendous leader and character. His age just really isn't going to hold him back at this point. He also knows that he's reuniting with his former head coach in Buffalo and offensive coordinator with the New York Jets in Chan Gailey, as the Dolphins hired Gailey this past offseason as their new offensive coordinator to install a much more versatile and simple offensive system that is much more moldable than Chad O'Shea's 2019 offense. And the hope is that it's an offense that Tua Tagovailoa can get a hold of with no problem at all. Gone is that complex and beefy offense that Chad O'Shea brought over from the Patriots. Man, I'm just excited to see what this Chan Gailey offense is going to look like in the future. Gailey's got experience running a power run scheme, which the Dolphins are probably going to use in 2020 and hopefully beyond, but he's also got experience in a spread passing attack, man. He was one of the first coaches in college football to bring in the spread, so the sky's the limit for what this offense is going to look like moving forward. This is what Fitzmagic had to say when asked about the drafting of Tua 5th overall in last month's NFL draft, the first of 3 picks in the first round. Fitzpatrick said, "I'm really excited. I'm excited that they drafted him. I'm excited because in watching him play at Alabama, he looks like a pretty dynamic talent. Just in meeting him a few times, he's an unbelievable kid. He's got a great head on his shoulders. He says the right things. He wants to do the right things. So, for me, I'm just his biggest cheerleader right now. You and me both, Fitz. After drafting Tua, I didn't know he was this mature. He's just, like you said, he's got an unbelievable head on his shoulders. He's got great character. He's a man of faith. Just reminds you a lot of Russell Wilson, just the way he carries himself." But in saying that, he also added this, "But I also want to be out there playing. I also want to be out on the field. And that's why I'm still doing it, because I still enjoy playing the game." And man, what a fun year it was as a Dolphins fan last season. Fitz had an impressive run that back half or so of the season, and it was just as Fitzmagic as it gets, getting it going with Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker. He really was the MVP for us last year. We had no running game, but somehow Fitz found a way to get it going in the passing game, and God, just showed, why he's hung around in the NFL this long. Fitz also added this. He said, "Hopefully, some of the lessons I'm able to teach him are from watching me play. But if it's the other way around, I'm going to do my best to help him succeed in the best way he can." Ryan Fitzpatrick has a clear approach to the way he goes about his business as a quarterback, and he has somewhat set beliefs on how young quarterbacks he mentors should approach that assignment when, watching his approach. Fitz said, "I think part of it is that they have to take a back seat and they have to watch. They have to watch how I operate. Not to say what I do is perfect, but they're going to be a lot of things that they can pull from me that they like. And then on the flip side, there are going to be some things that they can pull from me that they don't like and say, hey, I don't want that to be a part of my game." He also added, "But I think I have enough qualities that Miami has seen that I think they like and would like another quarterback to have in them." And that's just another reason why this Tua and Fitzpatrick relationship is going to be absolutely perfect for this team. They both got dynamic personalities, magnetic personalities. They're great leaders. It's going to be a perfect veteran quarterback, rookie quarterback relationship. God, I just can't wait to see how these guys' relationship is going to flourish going forward. And hopefully for Josh Rosen, Fitzpatrick and Tua rub off on him so he can develop into the leader he needs to be if he wants to be a successful quarterback moving forward in the NFL. It's probably not going to be the Dolphins, but man, if these guys can't liven him up, if these guys can't get him to be a much more likable person, then I don't know who can. And after a young guy sees the way Fitz goes about his business leading an offense, Fitz suggests he ask questions. That's the advice he gave a young Josh Rosen last year, and the advice he'll give Tua Tagovailoa this year. He said, "The other thing in bringing in a new guy is that they always try and impress right away. on the guys on the team. Again, I've got zero ego. I have so much knowledge. I've made so many mistakes in this league in terms of dumb decisions and throws. I've learned how to prepare. I've learned so much about offenses and defenses and the way guys operate. Fitz also added this: ask questions like, I'm an open book. Ask me whatever you want. And so, sometimes it's up to the young guy to, courage might not be the right word, but have the courage to come up and ask questions and not feel like he's a bother or a pain in the butt when he asks those questions. Although he knows he could eventually be competing with Tua for the starting quarterback position, Fitzpatrick would do everything in his power to provide the younger quarterback with good information and guidance. I just try to be as open, as honest with everything they want to talk about, because I talk to my wife about this all the time. Like, when I'm done playing football, when I exit that world and don't either do what you're doing or transition to another role around football, I have so much knowledge in my mind that I've built up that then just goes to waste if I don't hand it down to a younger guy like a Tua or Rosen. So I want to pass on all these experience and lessons and things that I've learned to younger guys, because when I came in, I had the same thing. I had guys that taught me and showed me the way. And man, Fitzmagic is just such a selfless guy, such a great teammate. He's just the perfect mentor for Tua and possibly even Rosen. But man, just what a selfless, amazing football player and human. Fitzpatrick talked on the podcast about how he's had different experiences with a dozen or so coaches he's played under, and some coaches and staffs give him a short leash in regard to handing him the keys to the offense, and some coaches provide the veteran quarterback a longer leash to operate the offense however he sees fit. Gailey, Fitzpatrick says, gives him the trust to get it done however he sees fit, so obviously he gives him a long leash. Chan and I have worked together for 3 years. He's the guy who's given me the longest leash in my career in terms of being able to do things, Fitz said. And I trust him completely, and he has ultimate trust in me as well. This will be a little different in that if I'm out there playing, there's going to be a little bit longer leash because of the history that we have together. In 2015, under Chan Gailey, Ryan Fitzpatrick had one of the best seasons of his career. He had 3,900 yards, 31 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 88 passer rating, and 11.7 yards per catch, so it was a pretty good year. I'm not sure if he coached him again in 2016. I'm pretty sure that was his last year with him, but obviously they've had success in the past, and I'm really confident that success can follow through in the future. But also Chan and his offense is going to be a great help for young quarterbacks like Tua and Rosen to pick up the offense and implement it on a daily basis. As I said before, it's not going to be a super complex scheme like we saw in 2019. It's going to be much more digestible for all the quarterbacks on the team, but also it's going to be a varied attack. You never know what we're going to hit you with, because Chan really has run it all in his time in college and the NFL, and it's just going to be perfect for what Brian Flores wants his offense to look like. He wants us to be unpredictable, and for the offense to be, multifaceted in how it can attack defenses week in, week out. He pretty much wants the offense to be a chameleon. Well, at least that's what I'm predicting and thinking the offense is going to look like. This interview on Eric Wood's What's Next podcast just confirms my belief on why Tua is being brought into the perfect situation his first year in the NFL. He'll be learning behind a player in Fitzpatrick that has got a pretty similar play style, a pretty similar skill set. They've got similar personalities. As I said, they've got very magnetic personalities. They can get along with anyone. They can talk to anyone. They're just perfect leaders at the quarterback position that can lead an offense, lead a team, and just lead the way you need an NFL quarterback to lead these days. You need a strong-minded individual that can lead men while also getting his job done at a high level. So overall, this interview on the podcast was just a perfect insight into what we can expect from the quarterback room of the Miami Dolphins moving forward. He's going to be the perfect mentor to all our young quarterbacks on the roster. He's going to be the perfect nurturer for Tua. He's going to lead by example. He's just going to be very ideal for that whole room moving forward. And yeah, like I said before, I'm just super pumped to see how his relationship is going to form, especially with Tua, and just how he helps Tua to prepare to be a starter for the Dolphins in the future. For me, I'm just really hoping that Fitzpatrick is going to be the starter of the Dolphins for 2020. You've got to allow Tua to get stronger, allow that hip to heal up 110%, let him soak up as much knowledge as possible from the Magic One, and just get him best prepared to be the starter in 2021 Obviously, I think our offensive line is going to be much improved in 2021, so I think that they would allow Tua to start off his NFL journey in the most ideal situation for Tua and for the team. So that's it for this video, guys. Make sure to leave that feedback in the comments section. Let me know what you thought of the interview. Let me know what you think of Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Magic One. What you think his dynamic will be like with Tua moving forward. And God, how could you not love it? This interview just really shows why Brian Flores is a big fan of Fitz and why he wants him around for another year or two. Who knows how long Fitzpatrick will hang around with the Dolphins past the 2020 season, but one thing's for sure, he's probably going to be the starter in 2020, and yeah, he's going to be a perfect mentor for all our young guys. Alrighty guys, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and as always, it's fins up, baby. Cheers guys.